Black Isle, just north of Inverness in Scotland's eastern Highland coast, isn't named so because it's black. As you can see, it's actually pretty green. It gets this name from the fact that snow apparently doesn't lie here in winter, which I guess must be just down to Scotland's warm heart, or perhaps it's more about its myths and legends. The Black Isle extends from its west point at Moray Firth to an eastern point at Cromarty, lying between the Moray Firth and the Moray Firth to the south, with Inverness and Nairn, and Dingwall and Invergordon lying on the Cromarty Firth on the north side. It's about 18 miles long and 9 miles at the widest, and lies in a northeast-southwest line at the very end of the Great Glen Fault, which runs from Port William to Inverness and beyond. Oh, and it's not an island either. It's a peninsula, so there's no need for ferries, although there are actually a couple here and there. Although it's not a very big place, the Black Isle actually has very good roads, and lots of them. In fact, the place is a bit like a rabbit warren, to be honest. Being farming country, there are a lot of delightful hidden corners. And there's plenty legend, with Clootie wells and such like, and there's history too, like people with second sight, for instance. This stone commemorates just such a man, the Bran Seer, or Cynhwyfawr as he's otherwise known. Kenneth Mackenzie was his proper name. He was a seer here in the Black Isle, and made many prophecies, quite a number of which came true in fact. None of them were particularly important in terms of doom and gloom, but at least one referred to the black rain coming to the Highlands, which is very prescient really, because people take that to mean the oil and the oil industry that has been so important off Scotland's east coast. And of course, on either side of the Black Isle, on both the Moray and Cromarty Firths, there's been a lot of rig building has happened, and there's still quite a lot of servicing goes on at the moment. Cromarty, which is opposite the Nig fabrication yard, is an extremely old place, and has been recognised as the Highlands' best preserved historic town. History's interesting and important, but there's plenty of other stuff to do too. There's a great deal of sailing and other water-based activities with such a long coastline. Fortrose and Rosemarkie are two villages which sit side by side, and the view out across the Moray Firth is just unbeatable. The Moray Firth is home to a pod of bottle-nosed dolphins, said to be the largest of their kind in Europe. Apparently they like our salmon. Well, they should try it smoked. Walking is available all over the place, be it on quiet roads, on the shoreline, in the hills, or in the woods. I'm not going to tell you where we are today. It's on the Black Isle, just north of Inverness. But to be perfectly honest, this is a very small community. It's at the end of a very narrow road, and it doesn't really need masses of attention from people. Alan and I can quite easily bring tours here, but we would do so quietly. They wouldn't be very big tours. We could perhaps have a picnic on the beach or something, something like that. But it's not the sort of place that could have lots and lots of traffic coming in. There's one road goes through the village and it stops at the end of the village, so that's the end of it. But it does show you, in many respects, just what the Black Isle is all about. It's about small communities, generally, which are really very well kept, and show a quiet side to life with some fabulous natural beauty, and everything else that Scotland's really pretty famous for. If there's one thing the Black Isle has more of than roads, it's churches. There are loads of them. So if you want a little quiet contemplation time in the stillness, just pop into one. Many are open during the day, like St Regulus in Cromarty. And all of this comes with more than just dolphins for wildlife. There are all sorts of birds here, from red kites to buzzards, herons, the ubiquitous gulls, and busy wee creatures like the oyster catchers, to name but a few. Sometimes all you need is a beautiful golf course and a couple of friends. And sometimes nature will do it for you all on its own.